Okay, so today's video is a tea video because this is a drama channel. Anyway, social media will be in the description along with my beauty channel, anything else you might need to find. Also, I will be replying to comments for the first 1 hour after posting today's video, so if you guys want a response or a higher chance of a response, then comment down below. Terms and conditions do apply, so read those, even though you can't read them because they don't exist. They're in my head. So, we have Ryland Adams once again. Is this ever going to end? No. So if you guys don't know, Ryland Adams has a podcast called The Sip with Lizzie. You guys know this, we know this. And recently there was some drama that I spoke about where people basically thought that Ryland low-key hated Lizzie. That was the consensus. They were like, yep, it kind of seems like he hates her. He never really listens to her. He's never actually happy for her. He cuts her off all the time. Recently she was talking about how she played like this minuscule part in a movie and he was like, well, you didn't even produce it. Like, you didn't even direct it. Is that it? Like, do I have to insert this 2-second clip into this podcast? And she was like, yes, please. Because it's trending #1 on iTunes. So he just wasn't happy for her at all. All the comments are like, why are you doing this? Why are you being mean to her? Why are you not being supportive of her? And recently they posted a podcast episode that was much longer than the others. It was like close to 2 hours long. All the comments were like, oh my god, finally a long podcast. We can listen to you guys forever, for ages. Please post more long form content. And instead of Ryland being like, oh my god, people want to listen to me for 2 hours at a time? People like genuinely enjoy listening to me? He was like, oh my god, people are so aggressive. They expect me to talk for 2 hours even though I committed to making a podcast. No one forced me to make a podcast and now I'm complaining that people want to listen to me talk for 2 hours. And she was like, why are you upset about that? Isn't that like a good thing that they want to listen to you? And he was like, yeah, but it's just like the way they said it. And she was like, I think you're adding aggression where there is no aggression. He's like, no, they were being mean to me. Instead of being like, oh my god, we love listening to you guys for 2 hours. They were like, finally a 2 hour long podcast. Like, it sounded so first world problems, like typical, just like this was unnecessary. He added drama where there was none. And once again, he just sounds so unappreciative of what he has. Like
without.
I was pretty upset over this past week about the podcast.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
What happened?
All of the comments were like, finally a podcast! Not cut down to nothing. And
no, why would you be upset about that? People love us. They want more. I tell you this every week.
It's the aggression in which they approach
it's
appreciating.
A You're creating the aggression in your articulation.
They're creating the aggression in the way that they're saying they appreciate a longer podcast. They could just say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the hour-long podcast. And instead, they're saying, finally, a podcast that isn't cut all the way down to nothing. This is essentially a vlog show.
And yet they're watching and subscribing and living and loving and grateful for more time. So I think you should see the silver lining in this.
That we can talk and talk and talk.
And that these people love it.
The fact that your fiance was cancelled to the extent that Sheen was cancelled, you would expect Ryland's career to go down the drain. The fact that it hasn't means he should be like thanking the YouTube gods every day for the opportunity to have a podcast that actually gets good views. And instead he goes on every single week and complains about something, whether it's turning off comments or making the decision to stop talking about drama or complaining. It's just like, why? Why is there no positivity coming from Ryland? He just sounds like he's so fed up of doing YouTube. He's just like, I'm just here for the check. Once I get the check, I'm out. Like, he doesn't seem happy to be doing this. It's not enjoyable to watch him do YouTube. He just seems like he's fed up of having to do this job. But at this point, he's like, look, I don't want to do anything else. Okay, so like, this is it. I'm just going to complain every week. I understand having some complaints. Everyone has complaints about YouTube, really. It's like, oh, a video got demonetized, or a video got copyright claimed, or I got hate comments, or whatever it is, a video didn't go the way I wanted it to go, whatever it is, everyone has complaints. But if you're complaining every single podcast episode, every single week, then maybe you're just not enjoying what you're doing. I don't know what to tell you, Ryland. I don't know what to tell you, because it seems like you hate doing the podcast, you hate doing YouTube, you hate your co-host, you hate your audience. At this point, I'm not sure you like anything. Anyway, we also have Jeffree Star kind of joined together. Jeffree and Ryland are kind of friendly, whatever. Jeffree was on one of the episodes of the podcast. So when the whole Trish situation happened, Trish said that Jeffree and Hair by Jay and Shane were really mean to them. And it was just like a whole, situation. We know what happened. I don't actually need to recap because we all know this, right? So Jeffree had said that he had fired Hair by Jay and that wasn't going to be happening anymore. But then after that, we saw a few snippets of Hair by Jay being tagged and credited and things. So we all thought, well, I thought that was because he still had like some old content that he was posting and he couldn't just not credit Hair by Jake was probably in like a contract that he was going to credit him as part of the payment plan. So I was like, oh, he's probably just like crediting Hair by Jay because it's like old content that they filmed together. No. Hair by Jay's still working for Jeffree Star because he recently did stuff that he credited Hair by Jay for. So they're still working together. That's cool. He's also got really low views. Like really low views. I watched his... So I'm still subscribed to Jeffree Star just so I can see him pop up on my sub feed, just so I can see if there's any drama brewing. And he posted this SpongeBob Wet n Wild collection review. And usually his makeup videos would do really well. Like people really wanted to see if stuff was Jeffree Star approved. And he posted it, and in the first, I don't know, 40 minutes, he had maybe 40,000 views, which for a channel of that size, like he used to get hundreds of views. No, he used to get hundreds of thousands of views within the first hour. I feel like sometimes the first hour he'd have like 500,000 views. At his peak, that was like the kind of views we were expecting. Now he's getting views that you could see on like a drama channel. Like a big drama channel at the height of some kind of drama. Yeah, you're gonna see those kind of views. Not a 20 million sub channel. Like you can tell his channel has really taken a dive. And which makes me think, right, he didn't cancel himself, if that makes sense. So like he was getting cancelled, and mid all of this, he didn't address the drama. He just kept on posting and nothing happened, kept on releasing makeup. Like there was no cancelling himself. Like I feel like that's the difference, right? Some people get cancelled and then they further cancel themselves by not posting videos, by just exiting the internet. And some people get cancelled and they keep on posting like nothing happened. And for some reason they bounce back. A good example of this, I recently looked at Brooke Houts. If you guys don't remember, she was the one that spat on her dog, all of that stuff. She has now given the dog away, has taken like this Christian religious path, and now she's finding her faith and spirituality. And be religious, no issue with that. But she's being like, Christianity made me find the issues within myself. And then she just like sends the dog away. Instead of working on herself, you know, finding the faith and finding the willpower to be a good person and not abuse dogs, she's like, instead of not abusing my dog, I'm just going to send him away. Because it's going to tempt me too much. I'm going to see him and be like, I want to spit on you. So it just made me feel like, you know, if you're becoming this like religious good person, maybe you'd work on yourself to not abuse your dog. But instead what you did was work on yourself and then send the dog away. But look, I'm glad the dog's away from her. I feel like at this point, I don't trust her to be a good dog owner, religious or not religious, faithful or not faithful, spiritual or not spiritual. I don't trust her to be a good dog owner. So I'm glad she sent him away, but it's just the hypocrisy of like her finding religion to be a good person and then not being a good person anyway. Anyway, she's actually got pretty decent views now, considering being cancelled as bad as she did. Like, she lost a lot of subs. She deleted all of her videos. At some point, when she was posting regular content, she wouldn't even get 2,000 views. Now, some of her videos have like 50,000 views, 60,000 views. That is a decent income for her to have. Do you know what happened there? She got cancelled to filth, but she didn't cancel herself. She kept on posting videos, and now she's back to making money. So taking that theory and linking it back to Jeffree Star, he didn't cancel himself. Shane Dawson cancelled himself. Tati cancelled herself. Who else has cancelled themselves? I don't know, there are a few people who got cancelled and then stopped posting videos altogether, and that's why their views are bad. So when they come back to the internet, they can't really like find their footing again. With Jeffree Star, he just kept on posting, so people almost forgot that he was in as many scandals as he was. But even though he kept on posting and didn't cancel himself, his views have declined heavily over the last year or so. So I'm just wondering, Shane Dawson did cancel himself. He just stopped posting on YouTube, right? Jeffree Star didn't cancel himself. Jeffree Star didn't cancel himself, and his views are as bad as they are. So if Shane Dawson has cancelled himself, how bad are his views going to be? Are they going to be better than Jeffree's because he took that break and everyone's really like curious about what he's going to come out with? Or has he just completely ruined his chances of being a YouTuber because he has cancelled himself, hasn't posted for so long that at this point people seem bored of Shane? But at the same time, when I see drama channels and myself making videos on Shane, the videos always do really well. So I'm assuming people are still very intrigued by what Shane's going to come out with. So I'm just wondering, based on Jeffree's views and sub count and all of that stuff, I'm trying to figure out what kind of views Shane Dawson is going to come back with, and I still can't quite seem to figure it out. I don't know. Then Jeffree Star also posted an Instagram story basically complaining about people complaining about the editing of his recent video. So he posted this, like I said, SpongeBob Wet n Wild collection review, and apparently there was some glitches with the editing, and apparently everyone was really angry about it. And he was like, I can take the hate, but the people behind the screens can't. So be nice. Like, I'm sorry, if people think the editing is bad, they have every right to say the editing is bad. Like, that's something that's pretty objective. It's not like people are calling your editor ugly or something. They're just like, hey, the editing wasn't that great today. But he's like, yeah, the editor was really upset about it. I don't know. People have the right to complain about stuff like that if it's something that they want to complain about. It can get a little bit annoying, but at the end of the day, you're putting out content and people have the right to objectively criticize the content, aka like, oh, we don't like this editing, we don't like that there were some glitches. As long as they're doing it in a respectful manner, I'm hoping that no one was like, oh my god, F your editor, she's the worst, ugh. I'm hoping it was like, oh, like the editing on this one just wasn't that great. That to me sounds like fair enough criticism. We also have David Dobrik, kind of. So when David Dobrik was cancelled, everyone was cancelled along with him, except for I'd say like Jeff maybe. Now he's come back with that documentary about his eye, head injury. He seems to be doing okay. Jason Nash is pretty much gone. There's like Scotty Sire, he's pretty much gone. Corinna hasn't been posting much, except about the fighting Tanner thing. And then there's Erin and Carly who have like this joint vlog channel. And they actually posted a very quick video denouncing all of the behavior that was happening with David and stuff. And people seem to have a pretty good reaction to that video. Just as a whole, it seemed to be pretty positive in the comment section and the like to dislike ratio. And then recently they posted a clickbait video about them quitting YouTube, which to me was like a bit of a red flag. Like they're either actually quitting YouTube because of the drama, which fair enough, or they're using the David Dobrik scandal to get more views on their vlog because their vlogs don't seem to be doing that well anymore. And in that sense, like you're using SA technically, because that's what the whole scandal is about. It's about SA and criminal acts, using that as clickbait for your vlog. And then I clicked on the vlog and they were like, it was a funny vlog, them hanging out. And then at some point they were like, yeah, we might be quitting, we might not be. Like, if you want us to quit, then yeah, you're welcome. If you don't want us to quit, don't worry, we're still doing stuff. And it was so like disjointed. Like, I don't actually know if they're quitting or not.
Also, I know we just said we're quitting, and honestly it's kind of true, but we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're just like not ready to talk about it yet. I think the band, when we do all of the like official band announcing, like you'll get some more insider gossip then, but for now we're just gonna like keep it on the hush hush and leave you waiting.
Yeah, don't be too nervous, or maybe excited. Maybe you're excited that we were saying that we're quitting. I don't really know what our fan base is right now.
Hopefully the latter.
Yeah, more info coming soon.
If you are excited, you're welcome.
Yeah,
if you're not,
you're like, finally,
don't worry.
Finally, these girls are so repetitious because guess what, we're at Starbucks.
I can't tell you, like from what they said, I can't possibly tell you if they're quitting or not, but it just seems really strange to me to use that as clickbait for the video. Let me know what you guys think about that. Am I taking it the wrong way? Do you have the same thoughts and opinions? Let me know. And I think that will be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe to post videos every time something happens. So hit that bell, be notified when that's happening. Social media links, any other links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.